Okay, hi people. So I just took my kids to the new Minecraft movie. It's my son's birthday tomorrow, so we hit the IMAX. It was actually really cool. It was really cool. I actually really love how you can take the story, the Minecraft story, right? Because it was cool. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but there's a lot of parallels in there to how hard it is to be a creative soul in the real world. It was a really good movie. Anyways, a lot of fun. The kids loved it. Especially if you're a Minecraft player, definitely go see it. Anyways, the reason why I'm on here is because when I was watching the movie, it kind of dawned on me how hard it is for us as adults, grown adults, to go back into that creative mode, to embrace the creative side of ourselves. And we tend to want to follow the rules, want to follow the system. We don't want to appear abnormal. We don't want to appear different. We don't want to stick out. So, we follow all the system rules. We do everything that everyone else is doing. We get the job. We do the 9 to 5. And it's crazy, right? Because when you're looking at Minecraft, everything's boxes, everything's squares, and they call, they call the round ones for the humans, the round ones. But it's not natural in nature. Like, how many things naturally grow in nature as squares? I will give you this one. The stem of herbs like mint and stuff, they are kind of square. But not many things are square, are cube in shape in the natural world. And yet we are continuously forcing ourselves to live by these box systems. We live on streets in a lot of places. I mean, not everywhere, but a lot of places the streets are linear and we parallel squares, and we live in boxy houses, squares, and we go to work in cubes with more cubes inside of the bigger cubes. And everything has a corner, everything has a wall, everything has a door, everything has a window, nothing has a flow. And because we're constantly living in this system, living in the squares, we forget that the natural flow of life doesn't necessarily have that sort of a pattern. It can have a pattern that even changes, right? Like, you look at the rings of a tree, for example, it's not perfectly circular, and the patterns change depending on what the tree experiences, right? How close they are, how far apart they are, the wiggly shape, however they form, whatever the tree has to push through or survive while it's growing. It's interesting when you watch those sorts of things and see how there is no real set rule for how you develop, for how you grow, for what you're doing every day. Yet we are continuously trying to force ourselves into these boxes. Now, what do you think happens if you take your energetic being, your energetic self? And this is actually something cool I want to share with you really quickly. So I've been practicing these now meditations, like being in the now, being present, being in the moment, for the longest time, as long as I can remember. Especially in water, my hands and my feet have always tingled. I always thought it was some kind of weird thing, but it's your energy, it's your energetic being. You can feel it, right? It starts to tingle. And especially when I'm in water, it's really strong. And it's to the point where I can actually move the water with my hands when I'm, in the tub or something, right? When I imagine myself retracting my energy inwards and then pushing it back out. Everything has a pulse, believe it or not. And sometimes it gets really confusing when you feel the pulse of your own energy, of your own chi or prana, whatever you want to call it, because sometimes you think that what you're feeling is really just your heartbeat vibrating throughout your whole body, because it kind of has that boop, boop, boop feeling. Really, it's a coherence though, right? Where your energetic self and your heart and mind are finally united. They finally reach like some kind of, coercion of this is what we're doing. We love this. We're doing it. You're in the now, and you can feel this boom, boom, boom. And I'm learning the trick to this is to slow down your breathing, and not to breathe in your chest, but to breathe in your belly. There's a great thing about the 9 breath in a minute, right? The 1 minute, 9 breath thing. I don't look it up. I'm not saying it right. But anyways, look it up, because one of the things I did learn prior to all of this was that we never totally exhale completely if we don't do it with intention. So just once, breathe out till you can't breathe out anymore, like till like your stomach caves in. You're like, I could actually breathe out a really long time. It's amazing how much air you keep in your lungs. So breathe out as long as you can, and then breathe in a full breath as much as you can into your belly. Do that 3 or 4 times, and you're gonna find that your natural vibration instantly changes. And so when I'm in the now and I'm focusing on that feeling of energy in my hands and the vibration and everything, when I really focus on it, I can make it, my whole body now is doing it. Like my whole body, it feels, you know how they talk about an internal fire? I definitely got that, because it just like, I can't even explain. It's probably different for everybody, but for me, it's like I am completely energized, like almost like static electricity is building up on the outside of my body, but to the point where I can tell it's coming from inside of me, and it's like emanating outwards. And with the breath, I do this thing where I focus on pulling energy back into my chakras, into my core, and then I imagine expanding it out when I breathe out, right? Like expanding myself outwards when I breathe out. It's in my imagination and co-creation there, it's really freaking massive right now how far my energy can spread out. Like kind of economically not suitable for maintaining, but it's huge. So I don't know how much of my energy affects the people around me, but I'm starting to think that maybe it's a little more intense than I expected. Not that that's a bad thing, okay? Because what I'm doing is I'm breathing in everything, because you can't, once you open up your heart chakra and you open up your energy portals, I don't even call them, you can, if you want, spend energy resisting negative energy and only trying to absorb good. But really what you want to do is absorb all of it and have that connection between Mother Earth and Father Sky, so that all of the negative energy that you don't want, you can just let it flow through you back down to Mother, because she'll use it for whatever she needs to use it for. And you want to imagine the energy that's coming from Source, right? The white or golden light, however you want to imagine it, permeating all of your body as it comes into you and into your core, into your center, right? I saw this a long time ago. It wasn't just an imagination, it was actually a vision where I saw the DNA of Mother coming up through my feet or my root chakra, and then the DNA from Source, right, Father Sky, coming down through my crown. And they kind of do this thing, and they oscillate, or not oscillate, they actually spin. They circulate, but opposite directions, and they go through my core of my body. But you also have other energy points. Like I can feel the energy. I can actually make energy bounce this way in my crown, or I can make it bounce this way in my crown. And I'm starting to realize I can do it with the other energy nodes in my body as well. I can push this way and that way. And now it's getting to the point where I can just push out in general and pull back in. And I can actually almost feel the density increasing. So it's really cool. So I practice that. It's fun. But yeah, I want to get into Tai Chi and Kung Fu. I think that would really help me. So that's kind of like my next goal. Besides, I think the bow staff would be really fun to learn. I have a calling for the bow staff. I feel it. Maybe I just like to hit things with sticks. We can make a joke about how I want to hold wood, but let's not. Anyways, so yeah, the whole thing about this is that these are all aspects of who we are when we embrace our creativity naturally, yet we tend to suppress that side of ourselves in order to appear normal on the outside to other people. Yet we want other people to feel love, we want other people to embrace their originality and be authentically themselves, and yet we are still struggling ourselves to embrace our own weirdness, our own uniqueness, our own original path. Like our path to ascension, to raising our vibration, is always going to be unique. So we need to stop making everything the same. We need to stop adopting boxes and cubes, and we need to start being more creative and out there and open and just having a great time with it, and exploring and being weird together, our own unique weirdness. Anyways, those are my thoughts for right now. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.